I felt like going down nostalgia lane, so I read Wind Chaser by Scott Cianson, the first book in the Dinotopia series. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 strawberries on Goodreads. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to actually review these books. I can't because there's so much a part of my childhood that I can never review them fairly. Because, I mean, seriously, this probably actually doesn't deserve 4 out of 5, maybe about like 3 out of 5. Um, but I have so much nostalgia for these books that I can't give them anything less than that. I guess I can't. Um, but this takes place on the island of Dinotopia, which is this isolated island that where humans and dinosaurs coexist, and these two boys end up being washed ashore from this prison ship, and it's just kind of about them assimilating into the world. There's never any bad guys in these books, which is kind of sad, but they're kind of like Jules Verne for kids. They're very neo-Victorian. Well, they take place in the Victorian era, but the culture is very neo-Victorian. There's adventures, there's disasters and peril and stuff like that. But it was brought back a lot of memories reading this again. That was a lot of fun. I will always love those books. After that, I picked up Strangelets by Michelle Gagnon. I gave this 2 out of 5 strawberries. This follows 6 teens who suddenly wake up in this isolated hospital. They don't have anything in common. They're all from different parts of the world. They're all roughly the same age, but they're all from different parts of the world, different backgrounds, different histories. The one thing they have in common is they all were about to die when they suddenly appeared in this hospital. And as they explore the world around them, they start learning that some things happened to cause this. I'm being very vague because if I say too much, you'll know the twist instantly. I mean, as soon as you start reading this book, you will know the twist instantly. It's that obvious of a twist, and that was part of my problems with this book. The twist was glaringly obvious. And once the twist is finally actually revealed and you start getting background, it starts feeling like a really bad sci-fi movie made in like the 60s. And that just had me in hysterics once I made that connection. I was giggling the entire time. None of the characters are likable. They're not two-dimensional, but there's just nothing there to really care about. The one girl I wanted to care about, she was too much of a jerk for me to really care about. And the ending really bothered me. Because it was a little too tidy, it was a little too quick, and then there was something involving kind of the love interest stuff that I did not like. If you want to know what it is, if you don't mind being spoiled, you can read my review once it's up on my blog, and because I say exactly what happens and why it bothered me and stuff, and you can see it there. So yeah, 2 out of 5 strawberries. This wasn't what I was expecting. It was very obvious. I didn't care about the characters, and the ending just kind of was like, what was the point? This is my second Michelle Gagnon book. I didn't like her other one either, so probably won't be trying this author again. She's just not for me. But yeah, 2 out of 5 strawberries. It was kind of disappointing. And then the last book I read was Sorceress by Claudia Gray. This is the third and final book in the Spellcaster trilogy. I gave this 3 out of 5 strawberries. It's kind of more like 2.5. This picks up where Steadfast left off. Her name, I've forgotten her name. Nadia is sworn to the One Beneath so she can try to stop him from bringing literal hell on Earth. And they're running out of time, and blah blah blah. I liked it. It's kind of a guilty pleasures read. It's got a not a love triangle. It's got a romantic tension that I'm kind of like, don't really care about it. It's or paranormal. It's a paranormal romance trilogy. I'll admit it. I read a paranormal romance trilogy. The characters, for the most part, are pretty good. My complaint about this one was, For being an end of the world scenario, it was awful slow. Not a lot happens, and I got really, really bored of reading about all the different ways that the city was flooding and all the near-death experiences Verlaine has, that her boyfriend demon, he's an actual demon, saves her even though he is probably going to kill her later because he's sworn to the One Beneath and has to obey what the One Beneath tells him to do, including killing Verlaine if he's ordered to. It's kind of another play on the chick falls for hot, dangerous guy because he has a heart of gold underneath, except Asa actually can't control what he does. Like, it's not out of instinct. He has to obey what the One Beneath tells him to do. He really, really cannot control it. So in that sense, it didn't bother me as much as it would. But yeah, the plot was kind of plotting. I wish it had been more interesting, more had happened. And then the ending was very tidy too. Everything came to a head very conveniently and very quickly and very easily. Characters, still like the characters for the most part. For some reason, I can't. Verlaine, I have mixed feelings about, because on the one hand, I'm actually a lot like her in a lot of ways, but her attitude towards the end of the world was so silly. I mean, she was getting ready to storm the gates of hell, literally, and she was choosing what outfit to wear. I mean, it's hard to falter because, quite honestly, that I do that kind of stuff too. That's what I do. I automatically think, okay, what should I wear? What would be most practical? Yeah. It's weird. I do. But in a book, it was kind of annoying. I could only think of, that's really what you're worrying about right now, is what dress to wear. But yeah. So I mean, it was a good conclusion to the trilogy, but it was too slow. I wanted something a bit more. So 2.53 strawberries is about my rating for it. So yeah, those are all the books I read in April. I'm sorry my reviews and stuff were kind of here and there, but like I said, I'm getting over sinus infection, so I'm not exactly thinking very clearly right now, but you can always look them up on Goodreads or read my reviews. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what books you've been reading in April, and I will see you with my May TBR. Bye.